I failed at cold approaching. So a few days ago, I was at a competition, right? And in this competition, I saw this cute girl. She was not competing. She was actually working there, but I figured she was around my age. And when I saw her, I was like, I want to talk to her. But every time I would get close, I'd find an excuse. I'd be like, no, I gotta focus on my competition. I gotta focus on the game, but I can't talk to her. And all of this. And I never got to speak to her that day. I went home after that feeling like shit, cause I didn't speak to her. And the reason why I felt like shit, the biggest reason was because I cold approached another girl the week before, and when I did, I felt so hyped. I felt like so confident. I like, I thought I could do the same thing to another girl, but then I just proved myself wrong by not cold approaching her. Fundamentals of becoming social is you can't sit in your room expecting people to walk up to you. It just doesn't work. And I believed this when I was younger. I thought that if I just sit in my room and like be the guy who's at home all the time, people would be more interested in me, which is just fucking bullshit. I don't even know where I got this belief from, but like it's such a weird like thought to have. You just gotta go outside more. Like the when I started going outside more, it changed my life because I met people I never met before. I've talked to people. It's like I talked to new people. I got to know other people. I got to know girls. But it's all of this. This never happened to me when I was stuck at home doing some bullshit. Like I don't know. So you just gotta go outside. You also gotta put yourself in situations meant for rejection. This is gonna scare most guys because no one wants to get rejected. Like not even I don't want to get rejected. This is the one like the biggest fears we have is to be rejected. But what you gotta understand is like when you put yourself in situations meant for rejection, you're actually making yourself stronger in a way, like mentally. Not only do you get practice, you start to care less, but also other people are gonna find that attractive because you have the courage to actually put yourself in that kind of situation where like you might get rejected. And when you do get rejected, you're completely fine with that. If I put myself in a situation where I go outside and I start speaking to 100 strangers, that's putting myself in a vulnerable state. That's in a situation where I can get rejected. See, putting yourself in a vulnerable state is not being emotional or crying. When I say putting yourself in a vulnerable situation, it means putting yourself in a situation where you might get rejected. So when you are in that kind of situation, you only have two outcomes: get rejected and or get not rejected. This scares guys because nobody wants to get rejected. But let's say you do get rejected. The only thing that happens when you get rejected is you learn from it and you start to care a bit less. When you've cold approached 1,000 women and you get rejected by every single one, it's like talking to another just makes it easier. And out of those 1,000 women, there is going to be a big part of them that is not going to reject you. If you're just yourself, authentic with no hidden intentions, I can guarantee you that most women will not reject you, or most people will not reject you. So you just gotta put yourself in situations meant for rejection. That's the only way for you to like grow more socially and to become more attractive. So talk to strangers, make new friends, just say what's on your mind. Like just do things that is outside of your comfort zone. And that's the only way for you to like grow as a human, to be more social. Because when you're just sitting in your room, stuck at home, expecting for people to come to you, no one is gonna come. No one's gonna come and save you. You're not gonna learn. You're gonna stay the same level in which you started. And then at that point, what's the point? Like for your self improvement. Do you get what I mean? Improvement comes through failure and learning. And the best type of failure is like putting yourself in situations meant for rejection. I know that many guys are scared of rejection, and I am as well. But we just gotta work on that. Cold approaching is and cold approaching is a skill, and for us to improve this skill, we just gotta do more of it. That's why you gotta put yourself in situations meant for rejection. You gotta make yourself more vulnerable, because when you do, you level up skills like cold approaching, and you just become better at it, better at it. And at that point, when you've cold approached 1,000 women, your skill has leveled up so much that you can speak freely to any stranger outside. But I've found that for leveling up this kind of skill, it does not work if you just cold approach someone now, wait 2 weeks, and then cold approach someone later. Because at that point, like you're going up with the skill, but then it's like it becomes stagnant and then falls down. So it's like you gotta constantly like refill it. It's like it's a bad example, but like it's like drugs. You take one, you get up, or what's it called? You get that feeling, it's a good sensation, good feeling. Like it goes up, then goes down, and then you gotta refill it. It goes up and down, up and down, up and down. This is the same thing, but if you were to like, for example, if you were to cold approach one girl every single day, your skill of cold approaching would level up much more than if you were to wait 2 weeks. Because if you were to wait 2 weeks, like your confidence from the week before when you did cold approach is gonna go down. It's not gonna be the same, and so it's gonna be harder as well. That's why if I, for example, cold approached a girl right now, instead of waiting 2 weeks to cold approach another one, cold approach another one the same day or the day after, like, and doing that makes, and by doing that, I make sure that my skill does not, lose the experience. Do you get what I mean? So I still have the experience of the last time, and I still have the confidence to like cold approach another girl instead of like it disappearing after a few days. So set a goal for yourself. Maybe like cold approach a girl once a day or something like that. Put yourself in a good situation mentally, but in a bad physically. What I mean by that is, for example, when you start cold approaching someone, you fear rejection. Instead of thinking about how you're gonna get rejected, think about how you're gonna succeed. So last week when I cold approached this cute girl at the gym, I had thoughts of like, what if she rejects me? I'm gonna be embarrassed in front of everyone. This Having these thoughts is what like stops you from cold approaching people. So instead of having these thoughts, make them positive. So instead of thinking that, I thought, what if this goes well? What if she actually gives me her number? What if we actually start dating? What if she actually became my wife? And if she actually gave me my number, imagine the respect I would get from all the other guys in the gym who were too scared to talk to her. Instantly, instantly, I get more confidence. I get this thought of like, shit, yeah, now I'm gonna do this shit. I get so much more like confidence, and that's what actually like made me walk up to her and tell her to her face, talk to her like. So put yourself in a good situation mentally. Like always think positive of the positive outcome. But when I mean put yourself in a bad position physically, it's just as I said before. Put yourself in situations meant for rejection. Go talk to the girl you see. Go talk to her. Go approach her. Say something. Don't just stand there staring at her like a creep. Because you're never gonna improve. And even though, let's say you have proposed, let's say even though you have all of these like affirmations, you've told yourself like it's gonna go well, she's gonna be my wife, da 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 da. let's say you still feel nervous. That's good. Do it anyway. Talk to her anyways. Because you gotta understand, this feeling of nervousness, of anxiousness, is not gonna go away. Like, even if you've cold approached 1,000 women, you're still gonna get that emotion sometimes. You're still gonna get that feeling sometimes. And at that point, when you get that feeling, instead of like listening to it, go against it. And that's the best, and that's how you learn as well. Like when you go against your feeling of anxiousness, when you're anxious but you still do it, that's how you build up courage. And that makes it easier to do it the next time and the next time and the next time. But this feeling is not gonna go away. You're always gonna have this feeling, so you might as well like learn to handle it. Do you get what I mean? So instead of always pushing it back, always listening to it, being a bitch to this like emotion, you work so that this emotion does not constrain you as much. You also gotta just realize that it's not every time you're gonna be in a good mood to approach someone. Like, I might have a shit day, but then I see this cute girl, but I might not feel in the mood. That's why if you practice this, it's gonna be a lot easier and a lot better because let's say you're in a bad mood. You're not gonna cold approach anyone because you're gonna have the excuse of nah, I'm in a bad mood. I don't want to talk to anyone right now. But if you were to constantly practicing this, constantly, even though you feel like shit, when you see a girl, you're gonna be it's gonna be a lot easier to cold approach her. You're not gonna have that same excuse because it's not just an excuse. Like it's cope. You're coping. You're coping. Next thing is like, don't take shit from someone. If you cold approach a girl and she starts like trash talking you or shit talking to you, bro, don't take that shit. Talk like you are above her. Like when you cold approach someone, you always wanna have like you always wanna give her the impression of like you are above her. You are higher status than her. That's how she's gonna get more attracted to you. But don't take shit from people like that you cold approach. Don't take shit from them. Always make them feel like you are above them. You always want to have that sort of like impression on someone because that's how you get more respect from them. That's how you build more attraction for them. That's how they like you more. Because if someone approached me and I feel like this guy's just a bitch, I wouldn't give him as much respect. Whereas if someone came to me and I can feel that he's a high status man, I'd give him more respect. And this is how just humans work. You can't really like get mad at it. We just work like this, bro. Now, for the most important thing, be yourself. Be yourself. Just be 100% authentic with yourself and have no hidden strings attached to like the words you say. If you cold approach someone with like with like pickup lines that you found online, just be ready that like those pickup lines won't actually like work as well as if you made them yourself. Like if you because by you not being yourself, people sense that, and especially girls. When girls sense that you are not authentic, they're not gonna feel secure around you. They're not gonna feel safe, and that's really unattractive in a man. When a girl can sense that you have like some hidden intention behind your words, behind your actions, to the point of like she's trying to run away from you. That's just sad. So you gotta be 100% authentic. You just gotta be yourself with like no hidden intentions. No hidden intentions behind like your words, your actions. Just be yourself. Have a mindset, not a script. Like when people learn to like attract girls, they often learn like they often learn like pickup lines, jokes, all of this. You just gotta know that attracting girls, it's not a script. It's not something you read word for word and then like they're gonna like you. That's not how it works. It's not a script. It's a mindset. When you have a mindset of like you are a high status man, you get girls, when you have this mindset, that's when people start get attracted to you. That's when girls start to like you more. Not when you follow a word to word script that you've practiced for like months. You're not gonna attract anyone because you're just gonna sound like a fucking android, and people are gonna actually sense that. Like, you don't think people's gonna like know if you're reading a word to word script that you've yourself that someone's written for you, or if, that you yourself have written. Come on, bro. That's not how it works. You just gotta. It's a mindset. Always remember, it's a mindset. It's not a script. It's not the words you say. It's not the words you say. It's not. It's not the words you say. It's how you say it. It's the intention why you're saying it. It's the mindset behind it. If you think of yourself as a bitch, but you're saying like the most beautiful things, like they don't matter, bro. Always remember, it's a mindset. All of this that I'm trying to teach you, all this that everyone else is trying to teach you, it's a mindset. It's not a script.